Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Thursday, August 12th, and we have an eviction coming up tonight. And I made a late night update last night at about 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And for reference, it's about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time right now. So, honestly, not a whole lot has happened in the interim. It was fairly quiet last night after all. I thought Christian was going to keep campaigning. However, right after I posted my recorded my update, Claire, I turned on the feeds and Claire is telling Christian that she's not voting to keep him. And I have a feeling that I missed it and I didn't go back to look, but I think that Tiffany and Claire must have had a chat and said, okay, that's it, we're done. Let's clean up this mess a little bit. And so, as I said, Claire told Christian, look, I'm not voting for you, and you don't have the votes to stay. And then Tiffany walked up into the head of household where at least Derek X and maybe Xavier and Derek's ex and Xavier and Sarah Beth were. And she walked up to Sarah Beth and said, hey, you never came and did a one-on-one with me. And Sarah Beth said, yeah, you're right. I guess like she was supposed to, according to in Tiffany's world, I guess. Because Sarah was saying, yeah, I guess I didn't. And Tiffany said, well, even though you didn't, you're still not going home. You're safe this week. Or you're here for at least another week. But the implication was, you may be gone next week. I can't remember exactly how she said it, but it was pretty clear that she was saying, you're lucky. I'm not voting you out this week. And I think Sarah was like, yay, and Derek X was like, yay, but that seemed fairly final. So I would think that Christian is getting voted out. Christian immediately went back and told Alyssa, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to miss you. If I can get back in, I'm going to get back in. He was plotting for everything he's going to do, assuming he's going out. He was asking Alyssa to be let me call her his girlfriend. She was not saying yes. Remember, or those of you that don't know, Alyssa actually said, Christian's too young for me, to us or to other people. She said, yeah, Christian's too young for me. He's not, this is just an in-house thing. And so I'm anticipating that they're not going to be much of an item once they get out of the house. So that's kind of where things kind of wrapped up. It seemed like last night it was all Christian not, thinking past being on Big Brother. So that's the status. I talked about the blow-up that happened earlier in the evening in my previous one, the one that I recorded at 1 a.m., and I'm really going to let that one stand because I need to make this one short. If you want to hear that, then just listen to last night's CarCast. If you don't know how to listen to last night's CarCast, I don't know. You can scroll on my timeline on Twitter to find it, or you can go to Stitcher and search for it, or you can go to iTunes and search for it, or whatever podcasting app you have. You should be able to listen to the most previous one, or maybe when this one's done playing, that one will start playing. I'm not sure how it works for you. It's different ways for different people. But on that one, I went into the blow-up that happened between Tiffany and Derek F. As far as all that goes. So you can check that out. But again, I think Christian is leaving. And I don't know what else is in store. I may record, you know what I will probably do, is I will probably record an afternoon update this afternoon. I have about 5 hours of driving to do today. I will probably be driving in my car during tonight's show, which I do have YouTube TV, so I can actually listen to it. We'll say that. As long as I have a decent connection, I can actually listen to the show, and I may very well do that. We'll see what happens. It just depends on how things go and how my reception is, because that's always a iffy thing when you're driving in Indiana and you're not on a major interstate. And even on a major interstate, as we know with my experiences with Twitch, doesn't mean you have a great connection. So, we'll see what happens, but I do believe Christian is going to get voted out tonight. I don't know what the twist is yet that Julie had talked about. We'll learn about it tonight, I suppose. Although I don't think the twist is going to involve a way for Christian to come back into the house, which is one thing that I thought might happen when I was thinking about it. I was like, well, maybe they'll do a quick turnaround and let him stay in the house. But yeah, I don't think they're going to. So we're going to have Christian evicted and a new head of household, and that could tell the tale here as far as what's going to happen going forward. Is the cookout going to have an easy ride, or are they going to have to actually do a little bit more work than they have so far? I mean, they had to do some work this week, but it was basically because they were fighting amongst themselves, not because either one that had gone, whether it was Christian or Sarah Beth, in the end wouldn't have impacted the cookout. It just would impact their special alliances. So, all right, that's what I got for you. Again, a short one this morning. Hope you're all well. I will mention my Patreon only because I want to be clear again. I don't know. Nobody's signing up at my Big Brother Gossip at our Big Brother Gossip one, because Scott actually let me know if somebody would sign up out of mistake. So if you want to be a patron, you go to patreon.com/bbgossip, BBGOSSIP, and you can become a patron, or you can just listen to the ads at the end of this again. We're all good. We're all happy and having a wonderful season, right? I know some people are bored. If you're bored, I'm going to guess you're not watching the live feeds. And if you're watching the live feeds and you're bored, I don't know what to tell you, except for maybe the people that you're interested in aren't doing much or doing well. And if you are living vicariously through us that are watching the live feeds and you're still bored, well, all I can tell you is that there is so much going on that at some point it becomes hard to just record it all and you're trying to summarize. And so the summaries are going to be much shorter than the reality. While there are a lot of looping conversations, there's still a lot going on, and there is a lot of game playing going on and maneuvering. And I find it all very interesting. I really do. And I think it's good. I think Tiffany really showed a side of her yesterday. She's definitely not, I had made early comparisons to Derek's game. Other people had too. She's not Derek. She's definitely a much more emotional player. That doesn't mean she can't be a really good player. People would say, oh, she's too sloppy. She's not a great player. Okay, well, my definition and your definition of a great player are going to be two different things. Let's just let that go for now. We'll talk about this at the end of the season. I realize I'm arguing with myself. But, yes, she is kind of messy. I don't know if I'd say sloppy, if you can distinguish between what I mean by those two words. Anyways, all right. I'm done. I'm signing off. I'll talk to you guys probably this afternoon if there's anything worth talking about. Other than that, I hope you have a great Thursday. See ya. Bye-bye.